15 News, the latest developments in the case of Alma Lee Defee.
Also this evening, the PIC program, Pointer School, and the Air and Missile Museum in Florence. Those are all in the news tonight. Stay right there. PD 15 News is next.
Out here, we try to get the most out of life. The work, the ranch, the beat. Our WD brand Easy Carb rib roasts from Winn-Dixie are closely trimmed of excess bone and fat before they're weighed and sold, and that means more for your money. WD brand rib roasts are always easy to carve, naturally aged and U.S. choice, so you can depend on them for those special occasions. We're the beef people. Spirit, tradition, the best. Winn-Dixie.
Moms, give your kids the devil. Underwood deviled ham for a devilicious change of pace. And give your husband the devil, 'cause there's nothing quite like it. We use only high-quality hams and natural spices for a savory taste. And with lettuce, cheese, tomato, it's devilicious. And give your guests the devil with devilicious hors d'oeuvres and snacks. Whether it's Underwood deviled ham, chunky chicken, or roast beef spread, give them the devil.
Come and join the sun-kissed scene. Good vibrations with no caffeine. I'm drinking up good vibrations. Sun-kissed orange soda taste sensation. Sun-kissed orange, diet sun-kissed. All natural flavors, absolutely no caffeine. I'm giving out orange vibrations. Bubbly sun-kissed sensation. Sun-kissed is giving out good vibrations.
PD 15 News, the early edition with Klensch and Jan Pate. News from the Grand Strand to the Sandhills.
Good evening, everyone. As of late this afternoon, we have not found Mrs. Defee. Those are the words of Florence County Sheriff Billy Barnes, responding to rumors across the PD that the body of Alma Lee Defee, missing now 11 days, had been found in a dumpster near the airport. Barnes did report that Mrs. Defee's prescription sunglasses have been turned in to his department. The glasses were brought in by a dumpster scavenger who found Defee's purse in a dumpster behind the Big Star grocery store Wednesday morning in Florence. After taking the glasses, he put the purse back in the dumpster, where it was found by authorities Wednesday afternoon. Barnes says that man was questioned extensively and then released. A 20-year-old Pageland resident has been charged with murder in the slaying of former Pageland Mayor J.D. Cato. Fourth Circuit Solicitor J. Dupree Miller says James Randall Plyler signed a voluntary statement admitting to the killing. Additional charges of armed robbery and grand larceny are to be filed against Plyler. Miller says he's dropping murder charges against a juvenile who was charged earlier in that case. Cato was found shot to death Wednesday night in his station wagon south of Pageland.
The payment in kind, or PIC program, is having some effect on the sales of some farming supplies in the area. Donna Mortel has a report.
Some forecasters are predicting that the PIC program will take a $5 to $7 billion bite out of total farm supply sales this year. PIC is a federal program designed to provide farmers with federally owned crops in exchange for their agreement to cut back on planting. Farm equipment sales have not been hurt too badly. Billy Altman, owner of Altman Tractor and Equipment Company, says his sales are actually up this month. He says PIC has had some effect, but the farmers are out in the fields and sales are good.
Some of it has to do with the situation that they will be getting their money for grain in June and for corn in October. So I think maybe they're looking forward to getting this money, and they're buying some equipment now so they'll have it to use during the spring and summer months.
Acreage cuts have had more effect on sales of fertilizer, herbicides, and pesticides. Area dealers say they felt a definite decline in sales from the PIC program. Assistant manager of FCX in Florence, Gene Daniel, says an approximate 20% drop in sales results from an approximate 20% cutback in planting. But local dealers say the decline in sales is not as bad as had been predicted, and not as bad as in other parts of the country. And Daniel says in the long run, the PIC program will help business, since farmers will have more money to spend. Donna Mortel, PD 15 News.
The State House and Senate have deadlocked on a $2.1 billion budget bill, and a conference committee made up of 3 members of each chamber has been appointed to work out a compromise. That committee is to begin work on the budget Monday. Jan?
There's been a good deal of discussion in recent weeks concerning the possible renovation of the old Pointer School building on the corner of Palmetto and Dargan Streets in Florence. The city's Heritage Foundation and Florence School District 1 school board officials are among those in favor of such work. Clay Williams has a report.
The old Pointer School building has been a part of Florence since the city's days as a tiny rail crossroads. School District 1 Superintendent Jim Womack doesn't want it to disappear.
It has a very rich history. At this time, we use it as an adult education center. The city of Florence uses it for much of its recreation department. We have the Literacy Council located there. We have teacher in-service training that goes on there throughout the year. So
Womack says $600,000 would have to be raised by the city and the Heritage Foundation to begin renovations.
We think $600,000 will be a major effort to renovate the building. We do not intend to restore the building. It would just be too costly. But the school district, the city of Florence, and the Florence Heritage Foundation together, we hope can cooperatively underwrite the cost of the building.
Womack would like to broaden the grand old building's purpose. He envisions public use of the auditorium, classrooms, and offices. The superintendent notes the building belongs to the people of Florence. Clay Williams, PD 15 News.
A federal judge in Columbia has barred the federal government from collecting a 50-cent fee from dairy farmers for every 100 pounds of milk they produce. And District Judge Matthew Perry ordered the government to immediately return all money collected for the assessment thus far. Perry's ruling is in connection with a lawsuit filed by the South Carolina Agriculture Department and several dairy organizations, which claimed the fee would put many dairy farmers out of business.
Coming up this evening on PD 15 News, a date has been set for the grand opening of the Farmers Market.
And the tourist season is here, but what's that going to mean to the Florence Air and Missile Museum? Stay with us.
Who needs cloudy tea?
Get out of the clouds, get the clear, clean taste of Louisiana. Get out of the clouds with the clear, clean taste of Louisiana.
There's nothing like the taste of Louisiana, the iced tea that's always clear, never cloudy. In taste tests, it even beat Lipton 2-1.
Get out of the clouds, get the clear, clean taste of Louisiana.
If all this beautiful weather has whet your appetite for cooking outdoors, come to Rose's. Rose's has almost every kind of outdoor grill you can imagine, like this double burner charbroil grill. It's easy to move, easy to operate. Use it to broil, barbecue, and roast. But best of all, it's on sale. And while you're at Rose's, get everything else you need for the great outdoors. It's all under one roof.
Grand opening ceremonies for the PD Regional Farmers Market are set for June 15th. That date has been set by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture, and the market should be fully operational as of that grand opening. Work has been progressing at the Darlington Highway site, part of the PD Experiment Station property. Both exterior and interior work at the barn is slated for completion next week. Assistant Manager of the State Farmers Market in Columbia, Elbert Davis, will be heading the PD market during its opening months.
Still to come this evening, a sun-fun forecast that promises just that.
And it's down to the finals in the French Open. Rick will be back with sports in a moment.
Ellis Mears & Son are celebrating their summer value days during the month of June. Beat the heat with air conditioners starting as low as $209.95, freezers with starting prices at $234.95. Ellis Mears & Son also have a complete line of furniture, hardware, roofing materials, plumbing, and electrical supplies. Your one-stop farm and home center with over 70 years' experience as a volume dealer. Ellis Mears & Son, a reputable company with a history of dependable service. 317 South Main, Mullins, and 114 Main Street, Fairblough.
The latest in economical transportation. The 1983 Food Lion shopping cart. From its bold grille to its four-wheel suspension system, it's built to save you money. From the freshest vegetables to heavy Western grain-fed beef and name brands you trust. And the more options you add, the more you save. Food Lion, our 6,800 low prices give us performance in the checkout lane.